This is the Sofia Richie bun, my version of it. You're treating your hair while wearing it in a cute slicked up style. The pros of this is it's gonna save you a lot of time. Once you learn how to do this, you're no longer gonna feel like you have to wash and dry your hair every day that you want it to look good or look professional. Another nice thing about it is, let's say we plan our washing our hair routine during the week based on what events we have. And a lot of people will think those are the days that they need to wash and style their hair. Instead, you don't need to wash and style your hair. You can actually leave your hair dirty and make it look super cute in an up slick style. It makes you look like you've done something different, whereas a lot of times we might not wear our hair up to events, like we feel like we need to wear it down for some reason. And a lot of times our outfits would look better with our hair up anyway. So it forces you to give yourself a little bit more variety in your day-to-day styling, as well as less heat styling. It saves you time. You're not going to have to wash and style your hair as much, and it's gonna be better for your hair because you're going to treat it, build some bonds or add moisture. Let's get into it. We're gonna add Botanical Repair Overnight Serum to our ends. This helps build bonds and seal split ends. So that's good. Can't go wrong with that. The nice thing about when your hair is already greasy is you can just keep making it more greasy. Actually make this slick look better, because you're gonna have less frizzies to tuck away at the end. Instead of just slicking our hair with regular gel or something, we're adding in reparative and hydrating products so that we're actually treating our hair and helping build strength back into our hair while we're styling it in a cute way. So we're gonna use a fine tooth comb with a rat tail on it. All right, I wanna show you a couple ways to go about this. You could section the front out from the back, depending on where you want your ponytail to lay. And you could do two sections. Start with this section and then comb this section back, okay? So ponytail, ponytail. Or you can section these bits out, which can be helpful, especially if you wanna wear a side part, or if you wanna go a little higher with the bun. And you could go half and then the other half, if that makes sense. But bring that half into that half. So that'll bring it a little higher, which is nice. We're gonna go low, so let's just do this simple way and just section out the front from the back. And you basically take everything in front of your ears in a nice part. So I switched from using the comb to the Pearson brush. And the reason that I'm doing that is because it has boar bristles and nylon bristles. So the nylon bristles are really detangling my hair as well as massaging my scalp and exfoliating my scalp. But then the boar bristles get in there and really smooth the hair. So you can see how it's helping me get rid of any of those little lumps and bumps and just make the silkiest, smoothest ponytail. So I'm gonna tilt my head back a little bit, because you can see when I tilt my head back how this hair kind of puffs up a little bit, yeah? And that's the stuff that we usually struggle with, I think, when doing a slicked ponytail. So the only thing that I do want to mention when doing this is being careful, if you're doing these often, not to pull too tight, because these little hairs in your hairline that kind of dip down where there's only a couple are a little bit on the fragile side, and you can end up with some breakage if you're doing this regularly and pulling these really tight. Just don't expect to not have breakage. Just focus on adding some extra bond care in those areas. So now we're going to secure that ponytail with a binder. So just check that for any lumps and bumps. Now, the reason I wouldn't do this when your hair is wet is because your hair is super fragile when it's wet and it actually stretches. So if you were to do this on wet hair, which is how Sofia Richie did it, you can pull your hair really tight, and then as it dries, it's trying to contract back in, and it could actually snap because you're stretching it. So don't pull your hair in any super tight ponies when it's soaking wet, because it can cause damage. So now we can do the top. So this is where we take all of this and we comb this back into our ponytail. And because my hair is already so dirty, I'm not having to add a bunch of extra product, which is kind of the nice thing, because then, like, say you're adding a bunch of stronghold gel or something, then the next day when you try to comb through it, that kind of like gets flaky and flakes off and ends up making your hair look gross and dirty. And then you can't really wear that multiple days in a row because you're gonna have flaky little pieces everywhere. So we're just gonna comb and comb and comb and check and comb again and check and comb again. You can see if I comb like straight kind of back and up versus down, that can make it something very different, right? So you can comb your hairline kind of down into that bun for one look, or you can comb it up into the bun for a different look. So that is kind of the benefit of sectioning out your hair into 2 different sections or 3. So if you're sectioning this front section out separately, you can really control this area even more. So let's secure that finally. And now we're gonna take the ponytail and put it into a bun. So our ponytail is nice and silky. I'm gonna split it in half, and then I'm going to twist this one away from me and twist this one away from me. And then you're going to wrap with the outside one coming in. And then keep doing the same thing and twisting, wrapping, and twisting, wrapping, and twisting, and wrapping, and twisting. And then from there, you're gonna take a little elastic and put it in your hair. You can also add oil to the ends of your hair if you want to put a little moisture in there if your hair is a little dry, or you could switch it up with different products. As long as it says on the directions that you can leave it in your hair for a long time. Like if it's like overnight treatment or just a leave-in hair oil or whatever, but don't do something that's like a 5-minute treatment and then leave it in longer, because usually it says 5 minutes in the directions for a reason. So now we're gonna take this little ponytail and we're gonna wrap it in a little bun. And I like to kind of spread those little pieces out just to make it a cute little messy situation. And then we're gonna pin it. This is where I like to use the long U-pin hairpins. So once I've looked in the mirror and actually seen what's going on here and situated it, now I can take the pins and grab sections that I have my fingers on, and I'm gonna poke it and then turn it and then press in. So I'm gonna take here, I'm gonna poke into it, turn it, and press in. And then we're gonna poke this side, turn it, and press in. And then, you know, obviously if you can like see yourself in the mirror, you could mess with this a little bit and pull things around to make it look even better. I can't even really see what's going on, so that's nice. So then we're gonna just look around at the bun and kind of see if there are any weird little spots that we missed or any like stray hairs. And that's when we can go in with more of a smoothing or hold product to just get any flyaways in place. I like to use a few different things based off of kind of what day of the week it is. If I'm planning on doing another slicked look over the next few days, I wanna use something really lightweight that's gonna give me shine and a teeny bit of hold, but something that I can kind of comb through my hair and it's not gonna look flaky or dry. So one that I really love using if I know I'm gonna do multiple days of a slick style is Brilliant Humectant by Aveda. And this stuff is really fun. It looks like a clear jelly. You can feel it kind of bounce inside of the container. You don't need much. Oh, it smells so good also. It smells like nostalgic to me. It smells like Aveda, like pure plant essences, as they would say. I actually want my hair to smell like this every day. Ooh, there's castor oil in it. Castor oil is good for your hair. It's got aloe leaf juice in it, bladderwrack extract, I don't know what that is, linseed extract, oak moss. Apply a small amount to palms, rub together to emulsify. Apply evenly through dry hair, glide fingertips or over areas where you want to eliminate flyaways and add brilliant shine. that's what we're doing. Anyway, so you rub that in your hands. It smells delicious. And then you just add that right into this. Ooh, so yummy. So it adds so much shine, first of all, which I love. It's super soft, so it's not like a gel where it's like sticky at all. It makes it glide, like seriously, it kind of turns your hair into like silk. I mean, look at that. Oh. Yum. And then, you can use one of the little toothbrush brushes and make all of these little hairs lay exactly where you want them. Beautiful. Now, if you need something a little heavier but still not tacky, you could use the Brilliant Universal Styling Cream. So this is a little bit heavier, right? So it's gonna still add a little bit of shine, but it's gonna be a little bit more hold, a little bit heavier. So that's just another option. That's kind of just like a little cream. You emulsify that in your hands. It's a little bit on the tackier side, but not too much. See how that's a bit heavier? But adds a nice amount of shine. So if you've got some more stubborn, kind of little baby hairs with flyaways, that one might help you a little bit more than the Brilliant Humectant. See how it's a little bit tackier? We'll put some under here. It could probably help really nicely with the baby hairs underneath too, because those ones tend to want to pull out a little bit quicker, I've noticed. If I need a little bit more of almost a gel hold really quick for like little teeny bits of touch-ups, I'll actually go in with the Fomoliant Styling Foam, because this has a little bit of hold to it, which is nice, but it's a little bit more on the kind of wet side. And so let's say I've got a little less greasy hair and I need something that I can kind of work back through my hair after it's dried, and I don't want it to be quite as greasy, but I've got some hairs that kind of want to stick up and out. Like right now my hair is so dirty that no hairs are really sticking up. I just need to smooth everything. But let's say I've got some that want to go crazy up here. I'll take a teeny bit of the foam like that, and I'll work that into my little baby hairs up here, because that kind of wets them down a little bit, almost like a gel. I can comb those in place and it'll stay. But then if I brush my hair out later, it's not necessarily gonna make it feel softer, but it's gonna add a little grit to the hair, let's say, and a little bit of hold. It doesn't give me quite as much satisfaction as the other two because of all of the shine, but it works if you've got pieces that like won't lay down. To top it all off, usually I'll go in with the Control Force, especially if I'm going to be outside or wearing this in the wind. We're in a situation where I want everything to stay in place. This is intense stuff, so it's going to kind of make it a bit more like a helmet. So I wouldn't use this if I'm wanting to wear my hair slicked back for a couple more days. I would just add more of the humectant or the Brilliant Universal Styling Cream and a little bit of Fomoliant so that I can work through the hair over and over again and keep combing it out and kind of putting it back up. But if this is like last day or say for an event, then I would go through and spritz this onto the top, and that's gonna finish it and just make sure that none of the hairs are going anywhere. Also smells delicious. The downsides could be when you're doing this with your hair, you need to make sure that you're brushing your hair still and exfoliating your scalp. So making sure that every day when you put these in and take them out, you're brushing through your hair, pulling your natural oils through your hair, and making sure to get rid of all of the dead skin cells that are sitting on your scalp from not being exfoliated and washed. As well as if you're wearing your hair up in the same spot day after day and you're binding it all up really tightly, you could cause breakage. So you want to be aware of that. When I'm wearing slicked back styles or tight ponytails day after day, I like to change where I'm putting that ponytail. So maybe one day I'll do high, medium, low, or I'll do a half up and do less hair. So make sure you're aware of those things so that you're not abusing the same hair in the same spot day after day. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this look. If you had been slicking your hair back and up with your hair soaking wet, did you notice any damage or did you notice any downsides? And then if you try this way, let me know if you like it better. Thanks for watching.